Hey, what is going on, you guys? My name is Sub-Zero Exabyte, and today we are going to be doing something really good today. I mean something really good and something really new. Now with that said, I am just going to be building a cool new house, or actually two again. And we have been building some new houses for a while now, so that gets pretty complacent pretty fast. But right now we are building something new and modern. So please take notes with everything that I am going to be doing today. So just make sure that whatever I am doing right now will be something that you can learn a thing or two from, and then we can go on and go out and about so that we can actually finish this thing today. Now you can see that we are using like a lot of lighter wood and light colors like some cakes and that kind of stuff, because I really feel like that is something that fits with a cake house right now. And yeah, we are building a cake house. So a cake house, in my opinion and in my mind, is just something light, like a white color like this, and a lot of angles. I mean a buttload of angles, because it really makes it feel new and delicious to me. This might become a little annoying though, because it will be taking a lot of work to get finished. I mean, we need to make all of these cakes. Now of course we all know that sometimes we get annoyed in this game, right? I mean, we all have our differences, and usually they are only short lasting and they never really get that much out of hand, right? Well, today is the day that I snapped. I am just done with it right now. Again and again I keep having these people finding out where I live, and it is just driving me nuts. Now I have already tried training them in order to make them respect me and know a thing or two about the game. Now that did not work at all, because that literally just blew up in my face. But with these cakes I would not mind that. Then I have gone the complete other way around, and I just started planting traps everywhere, which again just ended up blowing up in my face, taking my house with them. Then I give the training another shot, which did not work at all. And then after that everything got pretty calm again. But then people started stealing out of my chest, and that is when I went into full defense mode again, and I started hiding the cakes that I own just so that people cannot get to them. I mean, a lot of stupid stuff has happened throughout the last couple of weeks, but you know, I guess that this is just my life right now. Even though I must confess that the things that we have been doing the last week are pretty okay. I mean, there were no sightings of random people who tried to mess with me or anything like that, so that is something that I really do appreciate right now. Now that does not mean that everything is over and said and done and all of that, because it is not. I can feel that a war is coming. I am just not sure about the timing of said war. It might be coming soon, but it might not. Right now I cannot give a clear answer on that. But what is necessary for me and my morale right now is that we get this house done. I mean, just look at how good we are doing with this house right now. So just take a look. And by the way, I hope that you are paying close attention, because I am not going to show you this again. But once we are done with this house, I will have a new and cool little house for myself to live in, and of course you guys too, and you get something to eat. That is like the best idea that I have ever come up with right now. But first things first, I am already proud of the fact that I was able to get the idea from myself, which I had applied to the cake/stealing problem. So that was a pretty awesome thing, to be honest. But I was able to apply that same idea that I used on the creeper problem, and I am going to be putting it to work with the housing problem that I have got right now. But I am just hoping that once I am done with all of this right here, that I can just live here in peace again. But something is telling me that this will not work out the way that I wanted it to. It is just something that I feel coming up. I mean, that does not mean that this is a bad thing. I mean, I would rather have things go wrong while I am in the beginning stages of building this, because otherwise I would have to start all over again when I am almost done. But that is not something that I want to do right now. So I am just praying to the gods that this will all work out in one go this time. So let's hope so. But as I am saying right now, I will also be building a creeper house after this. So watch me. This is going to be hard, but it is just something that I will have to cope with until everything right here has all been sorted out. And I can tell you that when the day comes, I am going to be celebrating so hard that it actually is pretty insane to myself. I mean, I am going to be excited like crazy once I am all done with this thing, because I just think that after all this time that I just deserve a little break from everything right now. I mean, we have been through a lot the last couple of months. As you may remember, The fact that Christmas ended was just a really big setback for me because I just love working under the spell of cakes and underneath the spell of the sugar. So to not have had that anymore is just a big blow for me personally. But I had to get through that, and I did get through that quite successfully. But that was the point where all of the noobs came tagging along and starting invading all of my personal space. And I know that all of this sounds really familiar and stuff. And to be honest, the last couple of months I have just been a broken record running over and over and over again. I am just thinking out loud right now, so just bear with me so that we can actually get done with some stuff right here, because otherwise we are still going to be building on this thing for the better part of a year or something like that. But to be honest, that is just an educated guess on my end of the spectrum. But let's continue with what I was saying a minute ago, and I was talking about building a modern cool house, because this is something that I think is really awesome, because the modern house is by far my favorite one out of all of the styles that you have got around here today, which is not that good now that I start thinking about it. It is actually smart that I think about this kind of stuff right now before I start doing them in the first place, but still that would be pretty cool. At least that is what I think. I mean, no one is going to expect a thing right now, and that is exactly what I want with this right here. So no one will ever be able to go and start stealing some of my ideas again, which is good, so that I do not have go out and make more stuff over and over again. So I am just going to be hoping that this new approach to my houses actually works. Otherwise, like I just said, I am going to be real cool man. Okay, maybe not a cool man because it is not like the houses are that cool, but I am just going to be making sure that once I get this done that I am going to go right back to bed for like a week, because right now I actually am kind of a dead man when it comes to this. I mean, there is no such thing as getting too much sleep for me right now, because right now it just feels like I am not even doing anything anymore. All day long I am just roaming around my house and stuff without a thought, and I am just so tired that I have got no idea what to go do. But then when I think that I might be able to go to bed, and the second that my head hits my pillowcase, there is another person at my door and I have got to get up again to be able to defend the fort. I mean, there is not worse feeling than this, but all of that will soon come to an end because I actually feel confident about this right now, like I always have to do. So alright, if I may say so myself, I think that the House of Cakes, aka the Cake House, is coming along pretty nicely. Of course we are just setting up the walls and stuff right now, but like Donald Trump says, there is nothing better than a wall. Okay, he did not really say that, but just let me have a moment here, okay? But yeah, even though we are still building the walls so that everything is sturdy in here, it is actually looking pretty nice. But alright, also decoration is low-key, just high-key right now, so get going on that as well. Just light this bad boy up with like vines and all that kind of stuff. Just whatever you think will fit into this thing, because ultimately it will become your house and maybe one day even your home. And you know how I feel about building a home rather than a house, because a house is just that, a house. It is 4 walls and a roof. But a home is so much more than that. I mean, it still is 4 walls and a roof, but right now it also is filled with love, like a real home should be filled with, in my opinion, of course. Now onto the creeper house though. Now we out there like always in Minecraft City. I know that I have never called it this before, but since people do not seem to leave me alone in this world, I will try to make it as clear as possible that people really need to stay out of here, because I am getting sick and tired of this every day. So last week someone broke into my house again after I moved like 1,000 blocks away from my old house, and around the same time I got attacked by creepers again. So you might be thinking like, well sub, what in the world are you doing right now? I mean, I am just throwing around with some blocks, right? Well no, you would be kind of wrong about that, because what I am doing right now is nothing less than necessary when creepers think that they can just fool around with my house and destroy my property and belongings. Now, having said that, I am going to be dedicating this video today to make the most creeper secure house possible in the world of Minecraft. Even though this might sound a little bit over the top, I think that it is my right to secure myself and my house to the fullest range of my capabilities, and I am willing to pay a lot of Robux for these security measurements that I am going to be taking taking today. And by that I mean that I am becoming one of them, because like I previously said, and before that, I am sick and tired of the fact that people seem to not care about any of my personal belongings in here. I mean, I have said this 1,000 times already, and I am going to be saying this again. I only join into this Minecraft world whenever I need some peace and some rest and just some space in general. I mean, I got dumped by this beautiful lady this week, and I am just tired of people stealing my stuff and all of that. So right now I am going to be protecting my house, and I am going to make sure that anyone who dares to still cross me with all of this, well, I am going to make sure that ends will meet with them, because I am not backing down from a fight, and I am not going to be putting down these arrows, because I am Sub-Zero Exabyte and I am going to become a force to be reckoned with. Now with that said, I will still have to do a lot of things too. I bet that once I am done with these creepers that I will be the one who comes out on top laughing at them. I mean, they can prank me all they want. You know how the saying goes, right? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Well, I am not someone who you just can fool with. I will not stand for it, and I will be the one who will have the last laugh. You can see me as Darth Vader after he killed the Emperor on the second Death Star. I mean, Vader was pretty much the bad guy up until that one point where he just threw the Emperor into the reactor shaft. Well, that is what I will be. The creepers might think that they are really powerful right now, but once I am done with them, I will be Darth Vader and I will be the one ending the creepers. And I bet that they will all bow before me at that point. That is exactly what will be happening right there and then. But of course that means that I will have to finish all of this before I am ready to stop. I mean, I cannot just throw around words like this and then not actually end the creepers right here. So you know, you guys will have to stick with me through this, because otherwise there will be some rad things happening if we are not ready to end these guys. But like I said, I do not mind having them in Minecraft. I mean, they are part of the ecology there. But once you bring them to my home called Roblox, well, that is just one step too far, my little friend. That will be the part where I do not actually want them to be, so I will make sure that I can defeat them in their own game, or actually in my own game, since this is not their game. So you know, we have to make sure that we get our facts straight before some people come in and start bashing us because we said something wrong. And you know, we do not want that to happen, right? So we will fight on to the bitter end, and we will show these creepers how it is done, meaning that we will be able to stop them right in their tracks. Because I have said this a million times already today, and I will say it again. I will not let these creepers take over my home. This is my territory and I will be the sole protector of this place. Call me Prince Ali, aka Aladdin. I mean, if you have seen the movie Aladdin, then you know the story. He got the lamp and all of that stuff, but he got his butt handed to him. But he never gave up. I mean, he had to run circles to get his girl Jasmine, but he never gave up to get her. I am kind of like Aladdin in this case. I am literally running to circles through this map to finally be able to beat these guys. And you might not know the ending of this right now. Neither do I, of course. But let's just hope that this will end the same way as Aladdin did, by me having the time of my life destroying the last creepers who came over to Minecraft again, and making darn sure that they are never able to get back ever. So that will be my ultimate goal for today. Now you can say a lot about these things, but you know, there will always be this one thing that will be bothering you in life. And I am not saying that is a bad thing. Because with me, that one thing that always keeps bothering me is the fact that I am not yet the man who I want to be. And that is something that keeps my head up and keeps it straight to make sure that I can focus on that and move on with it. Now of course, with all of the creeper equipment being placed down, I will just make sure that I can close up the house right here so that I am not going to get anyone in my back, because I am not that well protected right there, and I am already breaking the bank on this equipment in the front, so I really do not have any type of currency or something like that left to also protect my house from the back. But that does not matter, since I am in a little bit of a ditch here which will cover my back right there and then. Now you may have noticed that I said something about this being my first wave equipment. Well, yes, this is very true, because I will be going to build my own version of the second wave equipment, even though I am not yet sure what I am going to be using for that. But what I do know is that I am going to need something good for it, something that will make the creepers think twice about what they are about to go do. So let's see what I can actually come up with to finish this right away. So what would you guys come up with? Let me know in the comments down below. Alright, now before we end anything, I want to warn you to please not try anything that you have been seeing at home. Everything that I just was doing is a result from me being a total dumb butt about everything that is going on. So if you do not want to end up like me in this video, then please do not try this at home. Now we shall move on to what is actually happening in today's video. Well, as you may remember, we had some encounters with creepers throughout the past couple of minutes, and I was testing and fooling around with some ways to make all of that stop. Now today of course has happened, and I am sure that not a lot has happened in a good fashion, because this is just something that does not happen a lot, or at least you do not see it that often unless you are really being confronted by it, and I am usually not, so I am counting my blessings on that one. But furthermore, I think that this video has been taking long enough, because I really do not like creepers, so I will see all of you in the next video, and please do not forget to like and subscribe if you have not already, and then I will see you in the next video.